Have you ever felt a persistent calling toward a distant dream, or wondered if the universe might actually conspire to help you achieve your deepest desires? When a young shepherd named Santiago has a recurring dream about finding treasure near the Egyptian pyramids, he makes the bold decision to sell his flock and journey across continents to pursue it. Along the way, he meets mentors who teach him to read omens, listen to his heart, and understand the universal language that connects all things. His greatest lesson? That the journey toward your personal legend is itself the true treasure. The Alchemist by Paulo Coelho is a magical story about following your dreams and finding your purpose. We're going to explore this animated book summary of a tale that has inspired millions to listen to their hearts and pursue their own personal legends. Before we get into the first idea, wouldn't it be better if you had a platform specially designed for visual learners like you? That's exactly what BookWatch offers. Discover thousands of animated book summaries, just like the one you are currently watching. You can also get personalized advice. Our AI expert is trained to know each book in our library, so you can ask him how to apply every book in your unique life situation. Stay focused by taking notes effortlessly. Press the button and let BookWatch capture key ideas along with their timestamps, so you can review and expand on them later. Not sure what to read next? Just tell our AI what you want to learn or your challenges, and it'll recommend the best books tailored to your needs. Track your journey with gamified progress. Earn streaks and achievements every time you dive into a new book. Click the link in the description to access BookWatch today. If you are enjoying our free content on YouTube, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Now let's continue our video. Idea 1. Personal legend. Your personal legend is your life's calling. It's the dream or goal that you are meant to pursue. It's different for everyone, and it's your job to find out what it is and go after it. This book believes that the universe wants you to achieve your personal legend, and it will help you along the way. You're born with a certain enthusiasm for your personal legend. As a child, you're more aware of your desires and more willing to dream. As you grow up, you might lose touch with this because of life's demands and other people's expectations. However, that desire for your personal legend never completely goes away. Listening to your heart is key. Your heart knows what makes you happy and can guide you to your personal legend. Sometimes you might feel afraid to follow your heart, worry about failing or getting hurt along the way. This fear can distract and prevent you from pursuing your true goal. However, by paying attention to the omens around you, small signs from the universe, you can get help as you make decisions. These omens remind you that the universe wants you to succeed and is guiding you toward your personal legend. The pursuit of your personal legend also makes the world a better place. When you work toward your own dreams, you're more alive, and this vitality has a positive impact on the world around you. It's like doing what you're supposed to do, and everything around you benefits from the energy and passion you exude. It's not just about reaching a destination or achieving a goal. It's a journey that tests you, changes you, and leads you towards your own wisdom and happiness. By pursuing your personal legend, you become the best version of yourself. Idea 2. The world's greatest lie. The world's greatest lie is a concept from the book that refers to a myth many people believe. This lie is that at a certain point in our lives, we no longer have the power to control our future and instead must accept whatever fate has in store for us. According to this idea, as children, we feel that our dreams can come true and that we are masters of our own destiny. But as we grow older, the lie takes hold, suggesting that we are not in control. People start to think that life is something that happens to them, not something they can shape through their own choices and actions. This notion is challenged in the story, which encourages readers to reject this false belief. It tells us we all have a destiny, a personal calling, and that it's our responsibility to pursue it, regardless of the obstacles we might face. The main character of the book, Santiago, meets individuals who have accepted the lie and have given up on their dreams. He learns that to be truly fulfilled, one must continue to strive for one's own goals, and that fate is something we create, not something that merely happens to us. By rejecting the world's greatest lie, we can live a life full of purpose and personal fulfillment. Idea 3. The soul of the world. The soul of the world is a concept that's like a spiritual force connecting everything on Earth, from people to the sands in the desert. It's the idea that everything is part of a bigger, shared existence. To tap into this soul, you must speak the language of the world, which doesn't use words but speaks through feelings, signs, and experiences. When you're really close to achieving your dream, that personal mission you feel you're meant to do, the soul of the world helps out by giving omens and signs to guide you. By listening and paying attention, you become part of this larger spirit and get help finding your way. Working with the soul of the world means you see that everything has a role to play in the grand scheme of things, like pieces in a big puzzle. And just like alchemy can change metals, tapping into this soul can change you, helping you grow and become the person you're meant to be. It's a journey of understanding that the world works in harmony, and that by following your heart and dreams, you're in tune with everything else around you. Idea 4. The language of the world. The idea of the language of the world is a fascinating one. In the story, it's introduced as a way to communicate without using spoken words. It's the notion that everything in the universe, from the sand in the desert to the stars in the sky, shares a common language that can be understood by all beings. This language goes beyond human language, transcending cultural and social boundaries. It's not just about literal communication, though. Understanding this language means observing the subtle signs and messages that the universe sends. It's about feeling the rhythm of the earth, sensing the moods of the weather, and even getting hints about the future through dreams and omens. When Santiago, the shepherd boy, learns to understand this language, he does so through intuition and by paying close attention to the world around him. The language of the world also ties into the idea that when you want something badly enough, the entire universe conspires to help you achieve it. By learning to read the signals that the world provides, Santiago is able to follow the path toward his dream, his own personal legend. Becoming fluent in this language is symbolic of understanding life more deeply. It's about being in tune with nature, with other people, and with oneself. It requires an open heart and a willingness to listen. When someone learns it, they're said to be at one with the world, able to recognize opportunities and follow the path that destiny has laid out for them. It's a process of learning, growth, and self-discovery that leads to a more harmonious existence. Idea 5. Alchemy. Alchemy in The Alchemist isn't just about turning lead into gold, which is the traditional image we might have. It's a symbol for personal transformation. Think of it this way. Every person has something less valuable, like lead, within them. This might be fear, insecurity, or ignorance. Turning this into something precious, like gold, means finding wisdom, self-discovery, and personal growth. The book uses alchemy as a metaphor for achieving your own greatness or finding your true self. It suggests that much like an alchemist, you can craft a better version of yourself through knowledge, understanding, and spiritual enlightenment. The main character, Santiago, meets an alchemist who teaches him about the deeper meanings of life. The alchemist in the story is a wise man who understands the secrets of the world. He shows that the process of alchemy, which involves purification, coaxing out the essence of something and transforming it into a superior form, is very much like what each person goes through in life. To reach our goals and dreams, we often need to change, shedding parts of ourselves that hold us back and embracing change, just like alchemy changes metals. The story tells us that this process can't be rushed. Just as an alchemist must carefully heat and treat metals to turn them into gold, a person must also take time to develop. Mistakes and challenges are part of the process, heating us and reforming us into stronger, more enlightened people. The idea also suggests that real treasure isn't the outcome, the gold, but the wisdom and experience gained from the process of transformation. So, alchemy is not just physical chemistry, it's a spiritual journey towards self-mastery and fulfillment. Idea 6. Maktoub. Maktoub is a term you come across in the story. It's an Arabic word that means, "it is written." When you think about Maktoub, consider the idea that life has a path for everyone set out in the stars or written by a greater force. It's a way of understanding fate, that certain things in life are predestined to happen. This doesn't mean that people have no control over their lives, but rather that their choices and actions might be part of a bigger plan they are meant to follow. In the story, Maktoub serves as a comforting notion. When the characters encounter it, it often helps them accept the way things unfold, even if those events are unexpected or challenging. They trust that whatever happens is leading them where they need to be. It alleviates their worry over the decisions they make because, in a way, those decisions are part of what was meant to happen all along. The shepherd boy, Santiago, hears this phrase often. It reminds him to embrace his journey and trust in the unseen hand guiding him. Each experience, encounter, and even the obstacles he faces are a part of his journey toward his personal treasures. In the larger picture, Maktoub is about life's mysteries, accepting them, learning from them, and finding peace with the unknowns that the future holds. Idea 7. The principle of favorability. The principle of favorability, also known as beginner's luck, is a concept that suggests when we decide to go after something we truly want, the universe conspires to help us start on our journey. This idea can be seen as a nudge or a sign that we are on the right path. It's like getting a boost of encouragement just when we need it the most, especially at the beginning of a new endeavor. This principle is meant to make us aware that the world around us is full of opportunities and that sometimes we receive an unexpected advantage. It points out that good things might happen not just by chance, but because there's a sort of positive energy generated when we have the courage to pursue our dreams. When we take the first step toward our goals, it can often seem surprisingly easy. This easiness is interpreted as a kind of cosmic support for our decision. The idea doesn't mean our entire journey will be easy, but rather that we're getting a helping hand as we embark on a new adventure. The role of the principle of favorability in our lives is to open our eyes to the possibilities. It's about recognizing when we're receiving help and understanding that it's a signal to keep moving forward. Despite this early help, we're also reminded that achieving a goal takes continuous effort and there will be challenges along the way. But that initial success is a sign that what we're doing is meant for us, at least at that moment in time. By paying attention to these moments of favorability, we're encouraged to trust in the decision to chase what we are passionate about. This trust can be powerful. It keeps us motivated and reminds us that the universe wants us to succeed as much as we do. In a way, the principle of favorability can be seen as the universe giving us a thumbs up, telling us to keep going because the time is right and the path ahead is meant for us. Idea 7. The principle of favorability. The principle of favorability, also known as beginner's luck, is a concept that suggests when we decide to go after something we truly want, the universe conspires to help us start on our journey. This idea can be seen as a nudge or a sign that we are on the right path. It's like getting a boost of encouragement just when we need it the most, especially at the beginning of a new endeavor. This principle is meant to make us aware that the world around us is full of opportunities and that sometimes we receive an unexpected advantage. It points out that good things might happen not just by chance, but because there's a sort of positive energy generated when we have the courage to pursue our dreams. When we take the first step toward our goals, it can often seem surprisingly easy. This easiness is interpreted as a kind of cosmic support for our decision. The idea doesn't mean our entire journey will be easy, but rather that we're getting a helping hand as we embark on a new adventure. The role of the principle of favorability in our lives is to open our eyes to the possibilities. It's about recognizing when we're receiving help and understanding that it's a signal to keep moving forward. Despite this early help, we're also reminded that achieving a goal takes continuous effort and there will be challenges along the way. But that initial success is a sign that what we're doing is meant for us, at least at that moment in time. By paying attention to these moments of favorability, we're encouraged to trust in the decision to chase what we are passionate about. This trust can be powerful. It keeps us motivated and reminds us that the universe wants us to succeed as much as we do. In a way, the principle of favorability can be seen as the universe giving us a thumbs up, telling us to keep going because the time is right and the path ahead is meant for us. Spiritual guide, a teacher with limitless lessons to offer. The boy's awakening to the unity of nature is a gradual process, and it changes the way he sees the world and his place within it. He understands that his own journey is a part of the larger journey of the universe, which is an all-encompassing tapestry threaded with the lives of all its creatures and the laws that govern them. Idea 9. Listening to your heart. Listening to your heart is an idea woven throughout the story of Santiago, a shepherd boy who goes on a journey to discover his treasure. As he travels, he learns that to reach his goals, he must tune in to the internal guidance system we all have, our hearts. The heart is seen not just as an organ, but as a source of wisdom and truth, with its own language that doesn't use words but feelings and intuition. Santiago encounters many situations where he has to rely on this silent voice inside him. The heart speaks of things that resonate with our deepest desires and fears. Often, it will push us towards something that seems impossible or frightens us because it knows that's the path to growth and the fulfillment of our dreams. But listening to your heart is also about bravery. The heart can be timid. It can fear suffering, rejection, or failure. Santiago learns that to truly understand what his heart is saying, he must confront these fears. Only by overcoming them can he hear what his heart is really advising him to do. It's about trust as well. Trusting your heart means believing in its wisdom even when the world may doubt you or when the path it points towards is fraught with uncertainty. Throughout the story, it becomes clear that the journey of following one's heart is not merely for achieving material goals, but for the inner transformation that occurs in the process. As Santiago ventures towards his treasure, his heart becomes his compass, leading him to not just worldly wealth, but also to a deeper understanding of himself and his place within the larger tapestry of life. This process illustrates that the act of listening to one's heart is an ongoing dialogue with oneself, a means to uncover personal truths and a way to align with the soul of the world, which speaks the same language as the heart. Idea 10. The fear of failure. The fear of failure is a powerful force in the story of Santiago, the shepherd boy on a quest to find his treasure. It's this fear that almost stops him from following his dreams. Many times, Santiago comes close to giving up, thinking about all the ways things could go wrong. He worries about the risks of chasing the unknown and considers settling for the familiar comfort of his life as it is. This fear is something we all face when we think about stepping out of our comfort zone to achieve something more. We're often scared of messing up or losing what we have. Santiago realizes, though, that not trying at all is a kind of failure too, the failure of never knowing what could have been. He learns that every failure is a step towards success, as it teaches a valuable lesson. Throughout the journey, the boy starts understanding that to reach his treasure, he must confront his fears rather than let them control his destiny. He sees that the fear of suffering is worse than the suffering itself, and that the regret of not pursuing his heart's true desire would be the greatest failure. Remember, it's normal to be scared of failing, but the story teaches us that we must move beyond fear if we're to live the life we truly desire. As Santiago's journey shows, the fear of failure is a challenge to overcome on the path to fulfilling one's own personal legend. Idea 11. The importance of dreams. Dreams play a crucial role in The Alchemist, serving as a compass pointing toward one's ultimate goals and desires. They are the seed from which the journey of self-discovery starts, motivating the protagonist, Santiago, to venture beyond the familiar comforts of home. Dreams are presented not just as figments of imagination experienced during sleep, but also as visions and aspirations that give life purpose. Santiago's own journey begins with a recurring dream about finding treasure near the Egyptian pyramids, which he initially dismisses. However, as he encounters various characters and faces different challenges, the dream becomes more significant. He learns to see his dream as a symbol of his personal legend, an objective that is not just a desire but a spiritual calling. The importance placed on dreams in the story suggests that they hold a deeper truth and should not be ignored. They are messages, ways in which the universe can speak directly into one's life and can nourish the soul's deeper longings. The story encourages paying attention to one's dreams as they have the potential to guide actions, decisions, and paths taken in life. Listening to these dreams is part of understanding one's true self and the larger mysteries of the world. In The Alchemist, pursuing dreams is not just about achieving a specific goal, but also about the growth and lessons learned along the way. As the protagonist chases his dream, he grows wiser, learns about love, loss, and the true meaning of happiness. The novel illustrates that while dreams may sometimes appear unreachable, the pursuit of them enriches life, providing experiences and wisdom that would otherwise be unattainable. Idea 12. The centrality of love. In The Alchemist, the idea of love is shown as something that isn't a roadblock to personal dreams, but rather a support system for them. The protagonist, Santiago, meets Fatima and falls in love with her deeply. She represents the kind of love that strengthens one's resolve to pursue their own goals. Instead of asking Santiago to stay with her in the desert, Fatima encourages him to seek out his own dream, which is finding his treasure near the pyramids in Egypt. Their relationship becomes a symbol of true love's nature, which is selfless and freeing. This sort of love doesn't chain someone down. Instead, it acts as a wind beneath their wings, pushing them towards success and self-fulfillment. It's made clear that pursuing one's destiny doesn't require giving up on love. In fact, love is presented as the ultimate companion to destiny. The idea tells us that if love is true, it will not interfere with personal destinies. It will wait and endure. Through Santiago's experience, we see that love can give us strength and hope when we are afraid. It can keep us company in times of solitude, and it's something that persists even when we are far apart from our loved ones. It's an anchor but not a chain, a home to return to but not a prison to escape from. Love is central because it connects deeply with our individual paths and dreams, and rather than being competitive with our deepest desires, it complements and enriches them. Idea 13. Living in the present. Living in the present is a concept woven throughout the story and highlighted through the journey of Santiago, the shepherd boy. As Santiago pursues his dream of finding treasure near the Egyptian pyramids, he encounters various characters who impart wisdom about the importance of focusing on the present moment. In the narrative, Santiago learns that dwelling on the past can be a burden that prevents progress, while stressing about the future can create unnecessary anxiety. This idea is meant to teach him, and the reader by extension, that the present moment holds the key to happiness and should be embraced with full attention. The novel illustrates this through Santiago's interactions with his sheep, his time in the crystal shop, and while learning about alchemy. As he learns to understand the language of the world and listen to his heart, Santiago discovers that every moment holds something precious, a lesson, a joy, or an experience that is vital for his personal growth. By living in the present, Santiago is better able to see the omens and signs that guide him toward his personal legend. The story conveys that valuing the present not only enhances one's journey, but is also essential for true fulfillment. It suggests that the present is where we have control and where life truly unfolds, asking the reader to savor each moment and not miss the beauty and opportunities that life presents right now. Idea 14. The omens. In The Alchemist, omens play a crucial role in guiding the protagonist, Santiago, on his journey. The idea is that the universe sends signals to individuals, helping them find their way towards their destiny, or personal legend, as the book calls it. Santiago learns to recognize and interpret these omens with the help of various characters he meets along his quest. The story suggests that everything happening around a person might contain a sign or message. These omens require a level of awareness and understanding that Santiago doesn't have at the beginning of his travels. He has to learn to observe the world more closely, tapping into a deeper sense of awareness that lets him see signs in his environment that others might miss. For instance, Santiago sees a hawk flying in the sky over the desert. Suddenly, another hawk attacks it, and this unexpected event is interpreted as an omen of an upcoming war. This interpretation comes not from a logical understanding of events, but from an intuitive reading of the world's subtle signals. The book encourages the idea that if someone is pursuing their true path in life, the entire universe conspires to help them succeed. Omens are a way the world communicates its support and provides assistance. Santiago's journey highlights the need for personal intuition and trust in following these signs, even when they are challenging to understand or require the seeker to take risks. Interpreting omens also teaches him to trust his own decisions and to stay on his chosen path despite difficulties or distractions. Overall, learning to read omens is part of Santiago's growth. It's through paying attention to these signs that he finds guidance and reassurance that he's moving in the right direction towards fulfilling his personal legend. Idea 15. Personal sacrifice. When we talk about personal sacrifice in the context of The Alchemist, we're really looking at what a person must sometimes give up to achieve their deepest desires or to pursue their true purpose in life. This idea is woven throughout the story as the shepherd boy, Santiago, sets off to find his treasure. Along his journey, he faces many moments where he has to let go of something he values in the hope of honoring the deeper calling he feels within. For example, Santiago sells his sheep to finance his journey to the pyramids of Egypt. This act is significant because those sheep represent his current life, his income, and his identity as a shepherd. By letting them go, he's making a clear statement that he is willing to give up his security and the life he knows for the chance to chase his dream. Later in the story, the boy also works for a crystal merchant where he learns the value of hard work and the importance of risk in pursuing one's dream. Once again, he sacrifices the comfort of a stable job he has become familiar with to continue pursuing his personal legend, the term the book uses for one's ultimate destiny or purpose. These sacrifices are not just about giving up possessions or an easy life. They are about stepping out of a comfort zone, taking risks, and making choices that resonate with one's own deepest desires and life mission. Often, it's through sacrifice that Santiago learns important life lessons and grows as a person. Additionally, when Santiago falls in love with Fatima, he realizes that he could give up his quest and stay with her in the oasis. However, he understands that true love means not holding the other back from pursuing their dreams. So, he makes the difficult choice of continuing his journey instead of staying in the comfort of love and companionship. This shows that sacrifice in The Alchemist is not just about material things, but also about choices that deeply affect one's emotional and personal life. The concept woven into the narrative is that without some form of sacrifice, the journey toward one's dreams would have less meaning. The sacrifices made along the path make the goal worth striving for, imbuing the treasure with value far beyond its material worth. It suggests that the act of sacrificing something important actually enriches the journey, adding layers of understanding and accomplishment to the quest for a fulfilled life. Idea 16. The treasure within. The idea of the treasure within is a powerful theme. It's about understanding that the most precious thing isn't something you can find in the outside world, but it's something inside of you. The story follows a young shepherd named Santiago who dreams of a treasure waiting for him at the pyramids of Egypt. He sets out on a long journey, meeting various characters, confronting obstacles, and learning important lessons. All of this is in pursuit of his treasure, which he believes to be a physical, worldly wealth. As Santiago travels, he starts to learn from the people he meets and the experiences he has. He grows and changes, becoming more in tune with the natural world and the spiritual insights it offers. He learns to listen to his heart and to recognize the signs or omens that guide his path. The twist comes when Santiago reaches the pyramids and discovers that there is no material treasure waiting for him there. Instead, he has a realization that the true treasure has been with him all along. It's the wisdom he's gained, the inner strength he's developed, the love he's discovered, and ultimately, the knowledge of his own personal legend or purpose. These are the riches that no one can take from him because they reside within. This theme nudges us to think about our own lives, our own quests for treasure. It suggests that while we might chase after material possessions or status, the real valuables are the lessons we learn, the growth we experience, and the self-awareness we gain. It's about recognizing the value of our own personal journeys and understanding that whatever we seek externally might actually be a reflection of what we need to find within ourselves. Idea 17. The masterwork. The masterwork, or magnum opus in the traditional language of alchemy, is often thought of as the ultimate achievement an alchemist can accomplish. It involves creating the philosopher's stone, which holds the power to turn lead into gold and provide eternal life. While the physical transformation is fascinating, the concept delves much deeper in the story. In the narrative, the idea of the masterwork is a metaphor for a person's quest to realize their fullest potential, their personal legend. It's about the journey a person undertakes, the lessons learned, and the spiritual and personal growth that occurs along the way. It's not so much about the end product, but the process of transformation that's important. Much like the alchemist in the tale, who refines metals, we are invited to refine ourselves, to purify our intentions, better our understanding, and remove the impurities from our lives, like fear and doubt. The tale suggests that every person has this internal gold, the best version of themselves, which they can find if they are willing to go through this process of self-improvement and transformation. The masterwork is the realization of one's greatest potential and the fulfillment of life's purpose. It's about overcoming obstacles and emerging wiser and more complete. Just as an alchemist turns base metals into precious ones, a person is to turn the ordinary experiences of their life into the gold of wisdom and knowledge. So, in the story, when characters speak of the masterwork, they're talking about something sacred and deeply personal. It's the lifelong task of improving oneself to achieve one's highest possibility, and it symbolizes the ultimate achievement of harmony with the universe and understanding one's place within it. Idea 18. The purification process. The purification process is about the journey of personal growth that someone goes through when chasing their dreams or pursuing their personal legend. As the characters in the story progress toward their goals, they face various challenges and obstacles. These difficulties aren't just random setbacks, they're also opportunities for the characters to learn about themselves, discover their strengths, and improve their weaknesses. Imagine this process as if it were like refining a metal, where you must heat it and remove impurities to get to the pure substance. In the same way, the characters in the story go through tough times that test their resolve, patience, and commitment. They learn to let go of things that aren't helping them move forward, like old beliefs or fears. As the main character, Santiago, travels in search of his treasure, he encounters problems that make him question himself. Every time he overcomes a problem, he becomes wiser, more in tune with the natural world, and better equipped to take on the next challenge. The idea is that true growth and self-improvement come only through facing and overcoming these trials. Just as gold is tested by fire, people are tested by the adversities they must navigate on their path. It's not an easy or quick process, but it is one that ultimately leads individuals to a greater understanding of themselves and their place in the world. To embrace this purification process means to accept the necessity of facing hardships head-on and to understand that these experiences are an integral part of reaching one's full potential.